Hi, this is Kit from the Tualatin Public Library, and I'm going to try our experiment again. The one where I let my cats decide what we're doing today. We'll see if it works this time. Well, that was definitive. I guess we'll be using purple today. Today we're going to be using wax and water to supercool the wax and make really cool candles. All right, let's get started.
For this project, you need crayons, some candles, a bowl that's deep enough for water, and a double boiler you really don't care about, and that's about it. All right, and now we start melting the wax in our double boiler. The crayon melts fairly quickly. It takes a little longer for these bigger chunks. Do not put wax directly in your pan. A, it could catch fire, and B, if you put it into water directly, you'll have an interesting effect. It might combust. We can show you that in just a second here from the Russian hacker, a picture of that, where he put water into wax, and that's what happened. It's because the wax aerosolizes, and because it is a fuel, it catches on fire. It's super interesting exothermic reaction. But anyway, make sure you use a double boiler to melt your wax, and you will be perfectly okay. Then, meanwhile, if you can mount your candle onto something, I just melted a little wax on there. Now your wax needs to be a little bit cool for this to have the best shape. So you can see it leaves a little trail when you move your pan. And here we go. You're just going to pick that up. And what you're going to do is you're going to start off above the water just to start providing a base for the candle. And then you will put the remaining wax down underneath the water so that you can start getting some really cool shapes. Interestingly enough, this used to be a divination technique called ceromancy during the Greek times, where they would put wax in water and read the shapes that come out. This is still somewhat practiced in some Danish countries because they use, I believe it is lead in water. All right, you just keep pouring and layering on. You can always squish things too when the wax is still a little bit warm. Here I didn't quite have enough water, so I had to push water on top of to make sure I cooled off all of the wax. But the end result is this really strange but kind of beautiful thing. There's a little piece of wax. Once we take it out of the bowl, you're going to have to get it off of your base. Now, I recommend using a bigger candle. I just use this one as an example, and so it kind of stuck to the bowl a little bit more than I wanted to. And with a bigger candle, you don't necessarily need the bowl. You can use it with your hands. It's easier to not get the molten wax on your hands that way. But there you go. Once you get it off the bottom there, you'll get a really cool little molten mess. And the more you mess with it, you can mold it and make some really awesome shapes. And you can use more than one color. You might have to dig in for the wick, but here you go.
Well, that was super fun. It made some really cool patterns on those candles. Unfortunately, it is also very messy. So it's time for me to do the cleanup. All right, this is Kit from the Tualatin Public Library wishing you a happy day.